Look.
Let me tell you.
We
Let me tell you something. Georgia was ranked number 2 one year. We played South Carolina and won the game, and we dropped
still
to
happen.
7 for no reason.
Internet.
Did Idaho, was it Idaho or Iowa? Did they just fall all the way out of contention?
They
Because I
fell
was
to
looking.
9, I think.
Seen the
Did they
latest.
fall to 9? Because
No,
I
they
was
fell to
looking.
11. They fell to
Damn,
11.
that's
I was so
crazy.
goddamn shocked we beat Florida. I'm scared to watch an LSU game now because I didn't watch last
Yeah.
week. I didn't watch any football.
Where did y'all pull that from? Because you just took away from my strength of schedule, and I don't appreciate that.
I don't know. I'm
'Cause now
telling
they
you, I
beat-
was surprised because I was like, I ain't watching that shit. Because one, I can't stand Florida anyway, and their fans are obnoxious as fuck. I just can't stand them.
Okay, Ness, I got a question. I got a question. Whose fans do you hate the worst? Florida or Alabama's?
Florida's.
Yeah, okay.
Now I got an internet connection. I just want to talk shit toward Vanessa for a minute. First of all, goddamn it, I said it in the group message. I told y'all asses, well, you ain't black, Vanessa. I told your halfway looking ass.
Damn. You do have a like sheen on you right
I
now.
had to put him on
It's
mute.
because of the lamp. I don't want to turn the big light on. And my lamp
I
is
had to
kind
put
of
him on mute
yellow.
again because he finna
Aaron,
talk about Alabama, and I just don't want to hear that. But I got a lid, so we're going to take him off.
Hey, look, man. Look. I'm not going to talk about Bama. Let me say this, Aaron, before you chop me up. I'm not going to say nothing about Bama. But I think Tony will agree with me. Tony will agree with me. As I said in our little group message. You can't hear me?
Oh, I know.
Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you, unfortunately.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, Vanessa might be deaf.
No,
She having light skin issues.
Okay. All I'm saying is this: we all know it's a money game. I said it ad nauseum many times. It's
You
a money
have.
game. But look, the team that Aaron told me not to mention, you knew
Nah,
they
you
wasn't
can
gonna drop
mention
their ass.
it. Yeah,
I'm being
know.
respectful. I'm being respectful.
No, we good.
You know,
I
but
just,
you know we
I hate
knew.
Alabama. I hate delusional Alabama fans. That's what I hate.
I mean, the fans, fuck them people. I mean,
I can deal with people that, like how you just said, it's a money grab.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like 90% of their fans won't say it's a money grab.
I mean,
they'll put Alabama in the playoffs with 3 losses. I guarantee you they'll put Alabama in the playoffs.
Let me tell you.
You can go back to the BCS when they had the BCS computer. Hold up, BCS computer that they used to use.
They're still using that goddamn computer.
Always the best.
If you look at every top 10 ranking going into the damn BCS computer era, when they were gonna get ready to decide who they wanted, you always had the same 5 damn teams in the top 5. Then depending on who was coaching at the school at the time, but when Tebow was at Florida was in the top 5. The Longhorns I was in the top 10. This was when Georgia wasn't in the top 5 then. They be in the top 10.
in the 17th. Using this like 17, 15,
Somewhere
17
around
area.
there. 15, 17 area. But Oklahoma, and when Jim Tressel was at Ohio State was always in there.
Yeah.
Oklahoma was
they
always
got their ass kicked. Ohio State always got their ass kicked.
Always got their ass drilled. And then they would stick Notre Dame. They kept Notre Dame close to give them a shot.
And speaking of Notre Dame, because if we're going to talk about overrated teams, you have to talk about Notre Dame.
Yeah, I mean, Notre Dame forever been overrated. And they were celebrating, what's his name, the damn coach winning his 100th game. I'm like, who gives a shit? You're not playing for a championship. You didn't won 100 games. You didn't won 100 games. You ain't win.
I don't won 100 games on the street. I can't.
I won 100 games. I won 100 games on Madden. Ain't nobody give me no goddamn win.
It's easy to win 100 games when you picking teams from the WAC and the MEAC to play against.
Look, you playing SWAC teams.
Yeah. They played a SWAC team last year.
When your homecoming is against Morehouse, I mean, you easily gonna get to 100 wins.
Look, you opening the season with Ball State or some shit. Like, we know what it is.
They playing Jackson State before Dion.
Hey.
So
and that's the thing. But you know what about Notre Dame? Everything we just said is true. But because Notre Dame bring in so much money, I mean, they got their own contract with NBC. They will find a way to put their ass in the running. They'll get them close. Now, if you can't close out,
did Harold say Notre Dame was overrated?
No.
Harold Clemson fan, so we already know he
But
got bad
also,
judgment.
you got to think. You know, Notre Dame, Penn State comes to mind.
Mm.
It's just, yeah, they got titles.
They keep trying to stick Michigan in there.
But again, like I
I
said,
was just about to say that Michigan, I think, is completely
Notre Dame's titles and Penn State titles came when they had segregation. Back when you only had 10 teams to play in football.
Yep.
So
I mean, but yeah, it's a money grab. I mean,
back
look,
when that's back when Navy was a powerhouse.
Exactly.
I was just saying.
Now look, okay.
Just saying.
Now mind you, I like Nick Saban.
My grandpa's 86, by the way.
All right, Grandpa.
All right, Grandpa.
Okay.
No, I said that based on that Navy statement.
Ah.
My grandpa's 86, by the way.
But yeah. One Saban retire. One Saban retire, man.
would die.
Alabama will no longer be in the fucking top 10. They won't put them in there.
I don't believe that.
They won't.
Somebody, I believe he's got somebody lined up to take his place and do the same. Or that drunk is going back there. He's going to leave.
Until Saban has 3 straight losing seasons, Alabama is going to be in the Final Four every year.
Saban is going to pass away.
They're gonna open up as the number 1 or number 2 team.
He's gonna die with a clipboard in his hand, probably on the sideline.
Even then, they're gonna prop his ass up like they did a weekend at Bernie's and have him walking around the sideline with somebody.
Have him up against the wall like this.
Well, I mean, think about this. Think about this. Before Dabo bitch ass got to Clemson.
Dabo.
When did you see Clemson in the in the top 10?
Wait a minute.
I never heard of Clemson.
Hold on. That's why we needed Harold here, because
let me pull
his podcast ran away from this. I know he
I know they beat us once in some bowl when Les was there, but we beat them when it counts.
So Clemson, I went back to 1977 because that's when the Bulldogs started. Way back in Jim Crow and all that, but black folk weren't welcome.
1977.
They're average.
2021? What'd you say? 2021?
Oh. I only went back to 1977. Start with be drinking menus. I like that, Jared. And I'm looking at their initial rankings and their final rankings, and it's a lot of discrepancies from the start to finish. Except back in '81 where they won that title. They played 12 games, won all 12. But then it's like, kind of shady shit here. But they weren't a powerhouse because, the ACC wasn't thought of.
So, who was on that schedule in '81?
Oh,
I had meant to get that because Harold brought up that U of H was on, and I'm not a Texas fan. I just want to let the world know I am not a Longhorns fan.
He is not a Texas fan
at all. Surprised me.
I don't think nobody on here a Texas fan.
Negative.
Anybody?
Harold brought up
that
U of H went 7-4, but U of H had a good team, and they were playing in the Big 8 then. So everybody in the Big 8 was
1981. They beat 2 ranked teams, Georgia, which of course that was around Herschel Walker time.
Yeah.
I think that was after he left though.
No, he was
talking about Clemson or Georgia.
Clemson was Georgia, and then they ended against Nebraska. And that was it. They played. Listen, are you ready for these teams? Tell me. I want y'all to. I can't see y'all, so I just need y'all to verbally tell me powerhouses when you hear a powerhouse.
Okay.
Well, because I'm going to I gotta look at the schedule.
We good. Go ahead. We good.
All right. Wofford. That was the opening game. Tulane.
Okay.
Oh, Tulane's never been.
Okay. Now Georgia. Now they beat Tulane 13-5. They beat Georgia 13-3. Damn, 13-3. That sounds familiar. Carry on. Kentucky. Virginia. Duke.
Oh man.
NC State.
Man.
No.
And I think North Carolina's on that list too.
Wake Forest, North Carolina, Maryland, South Carolina.
They played nobody.
Nebraska.
Nebraska ain't no powerhouse. Nebraska is not. AC don't do that.
No, I'm saying
Well,
then.
no,
Don't
back
do
in
that.
back in the
Then.
back in
Then
the
era.
80s,
The
back in the 80s, Nebraska
wasn't
was
no
a
powerhouse.
solid.
Dude.
They
No,
were
hey,
they were a
hey,
solid squad. Yes, they were.
They was
I
a
can't-
notable
I
squad.
can't speak
They-
on. Yeah,
when did Frazier play there? I can't remember. In the early
Frazier.
90s?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
played in the early 90s.
But I'm just saying, then Nebraska was
Nebraska
respectable.
was a solid top tier team.
Shit, Colorado was a damn squad in the late 80s. So,
Well,
Early
they
90s,
had-
because Colorado
had-
won their title in the 90s, like
Well,
91.
they had
wasn't it?
what's his name then? Well, he was backup then, but Cordell Stewart,
Are you talking about Cordell?
yeah.
Flash.
Dabo,
I mean,
Dabo.
but
The
the
original
point
Dabo.
is, Nebraska and Georgia were the only quality teams on that damn list that he named out. Rest of that shit was ass, which is
That's
why
what I'm saying.
Clemson able to do what they was
Jared
able to
Then-
Jared says Nebraska was a powerhouse in the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
in the 80s. I
I mean,
remember.
we said that too, though.
Yeah,
No,
I
but
was
Aaron
there.
said they weren't.
Well,
No.
Aaron is taking Harold's place right now, so we got to give him a little lead.
I'll never take his place.
Because hell, Penn State. When did Penn State won? What, 81? I can't remember off the top of my head.
Nah, Clemson won in 81.
I'm sorry, 81. Penn won in one of them
Because
damn
Georgia won in 80.
Okay, so
And just so
Penn
y'all
might
know, we actually have 6 national titles. We only claim 2 of them, though.
Why?
I feel well,
Because it was they weren't really polls. It was like the Johnson Harris poll that gave out a title. So it wasn't like everybody had like back then everybody got a title. Everybody had a title from like the
Penn
AJC
State,
gave you a title.
Penn State won 87. Let me correct myself. It was 87 when they won the championship.
I mean, so based on what Harold was saying,
We need to have Jared on.
Jared is always welcome. I told you, I like Jared.
Matter of fact, I can.
Jared is the best Air Force person I know.
First of all, okay.
You're the best Air Force female that I know. I'll break y'all up so everybody can be included. Harold is the worst out of everybody. Both sides, men, women, trans, identify as vegetables, all that shit.
They have trans in the Air Force? That's what we
Of
do.
course.
Yes.
They have them everywhere.
I mean,
Let
they
me
can
just say before
what
I
pisses
get any
you know what? Never mind.
I don't care. I don't care what you do. Do what you do. Don't think
I
I'm
don't
trying to
care.
hate on you.
I was gonna bring something else up, but I'm opt out of that. That's an off-camera
No,
conversation.
bring it up.
I was just gonna say I don't like that the Air Force. I don't know if it's still in place, but when they first opened it up to everybody, then they were like, oh well, we're also gonna pay for, their surgeries or whatever crap they need to continue.
Oh, I heard about that.
And
It was covered under medical.
Right, but they don't do that for stuff like people have to pay out the ass for stuff like IVF.
Yeah,
stuff like
they did that. They did that in the Army too.
Yeah, and I thought that to me that's unfair. I mean,
So
Marines just didn't care. We just came to work and whatever the fuck we wanted. Just because.
I mean, people was getting money for titties and shit too, getting the titties done.
If I'd have known that, I'd have gave
Not in the
myself
Air
some
Force,
much
they
as I
don't.
love them so much.
In
I'd
the
be
Army,
playing with them all the time.
You said what?
Huh?
I know somebody got they got the money for the plastic surgery. In
Then
the,
Then they lied about how it was
I
going
don't
down.
doubt it.
Hey, that's between them and the Lord. But all I know is, they used to come to your house with that book talking about you want a car or go to college. And then they started changing them damn recruiting factors now. Like, look, what you need? Some implants?
I want some titties.
I want titties.
It's like you want some titties or you
I
want
don't
an
know
extension.
anybody
Which
that
one
was
you
able
want?
to get. I don't know anybody that was able to get cosmetic surgery. I knew a girl who got hers done in Turkey on her own dime.
Hey, well, that's what you know. I'm just telling you.
She got some J's.
I know this to be true.
She got some J's. Then she got some J's or H's.
Hey, look,
Ooh,
She went big. Then whoever you said got some implants.
No,
she got some J's.
she did a reduction.
Why?
Well, that's a medical issue.
Because she
a
was-
medical issue.
First of all, that should be domestic violence right there. That's self-abuse. We do not promote that.
TRICARE wouldn't prove
I'm
it
saying.
because they said that because the Air Force doctors were saying there wasn't enough evidence to show that she was going through back strain because of it, so she just got them done when she was in Turkey.
I mean, I understand the back strain all, but you know what? Get a wheelbarrow, maybe stronger bra.
So she got some turkey. She got some turkey. She got Turkish titties. I wouldn't trust that.
She got to reduce goofball. That means
Thank you. I'm sitting there like I'm not even gonna.
Hey,
stop doing your best Harold
the doctor
impersonation.
still was Turkish, was he?
I do know
Well,
that if you word your words right, you can
Hey, I'm
say
just saying,
you can claim like depression or something to get some of those surgeries done. But you got to be good with the words, and you got to get somebody who's gonna attempt to push that shit through.
Okay, y'all. Since we all here, let's talk about overrated. I got 4 teams in front of me right now. I got 4 teams. I got Georgia, Clemson, Notre Dame, and Penn State.
I've always thought Notre Dame was overrated.
Out of those 4, who's the most overrated?
Indeed.
Notre Dame.
Indeed.
Because Clemson's come up is still new when you think about teams that when you think of how long it's basically since Saban's been there, how long Alabama has been winning to where you can't really say they're overrated anymore.
Right, they're constant.
Right. But Clemson just kind of showed up to that party. Like I'm serious. Like when they first started showing up, I was like, where in the hell did they even come from?
So what does everybody classify as overrated?
Being somewhere you don't belong, like bowl games, national title games, which Notre Dame never belongs in.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Well,
Win.
I mean, we all know that.
Win. Because I know LSU beat the brakes off them that year when Brady Quinn was there, and they just swore
Alabama
to God,
Notre
Dame
when it
was
was
the best damn school running at that time.
Alabama, Georgia. Remember the SEC title game where everybody said that's the heavyweight title fight?
Yeah.
And the winner got to play Notre Dame, and Alabama beat the shit out of them, and then we had to go play Hawaii and embarrass their asses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that was the year. Wasn't that the year LSU beat Ohio State?
Yes. I guess that
and I
was
think they're
overrated that
overrated.
year, though, right?
If you want to know the truth, I think they're overrated too.
Ohio State?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a couple of years they didn't belong there. Oklahoma belonged in one of them bowls. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put it out. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah. I agree. But you know what? But they gave it because of Urban Meyer, old touchy fella ass. He was popular, so we gonna put the team in there. They didn't deserve to go. A couple of years they didn't deserve to be there. I ain't gonna even front.
So I remember that. So do you think that if it had been Oklahoma, because Ohio State lost that year, didn't they lose that year?
Ohio State lost to all the SEC teams they played in the title.
So do you think if Oklahoma, because that year Oklahoma played Alabama that year, and I think like the Fiesta Bowl or some shit like that, and beat them?
I think Oklahoma would have been a better matchup than Ohio State.
Yeah.
Agreed. It's just like that year when I think Virginia and Virginia Tech and Ohio State played.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I always question Ohio State, especially on the Trestle last. Like, I don't know. I mean, Vic might not have been good enough to win the damn bowl, but I don't think Ohio State deserved to be there that year either. I can't remember what had happened, but I think they leapfrogged somebody in that BCS computer and got in. Don't quote me on it.
I'm telling you, I think they still got that computer. They just upgraded it to Windows.
I mean, if we want to talk about teams that are overrated, couldn't we say Clemson was overrated the year they lost to Ohio State, the last year of Sunshine's eligibility in college?
That's fair.
Because they were ranked number 1, right? They were ranked number 1, right?
Yeah.
And they lost. So that means they weren't number 1.
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
Right.
You got to win. If you're number 1, you got to win.
Even though they were a Final Four team.
I think they were. I think they got people. I think it's just gotten to a point where we're not going to see a playoff without. Well, maybe this year we might without Clemson, because for a while that's what I thought. It's like basically
Clemson not making the playoffs.
They're just gonna,
they like ranked
this year
38.
they're not. Yeah, this year
38.
I was just saying that there was a while, like in the early, like when I first got here, that it was you always saw Clemson and Alabama, and then the other 2 spots were just like. You know
what's gonna stick to the wall,
right? Pretty much. So that's what
I don't really feel like Clemson brings in that much money. I just
I think it was.
but
That's
Dabo,
what I said. Maybe it was just because it was somebody other than the usual suspects. It was one other team other than the usual people that you see.
I mean, yeah,
well, Aaron,
I believe that.
think about this though, Aaron. Think about this right here. When Clemson kind of started to kind of rise onto the radar, you had the fallout from Urban Meyer's time in Florida.
That was in
You had that shit
2009
going on.
when Clemson started.
You know what I'm saying? You got
It was right after I got
Florida
here.
State was kind
Right
of
after I
going
got
down the hole a little bit.
right.
All right, he frozen again. So let me just throw this out here to say that you can't say Georgia has been overrated their entire existence, because that is what Harold said, correct?
That's
That is what he said.
That's the bit I caught
So-
when I caught the conversation. Yes.
So you know me, I'm aimless fuck. So I took all of our rankings from 1977 to 2001, added them up, and divided them by our years in existence. Our average preseason ranking was 15 at the beginning of the season. Our average end of season ranking was 12.
So I
How is that
wouldn't
overrated?
I wouldn't say
when
that's
it's-
overrated.
I would say we ended better than we finished. Now, it was a couple years that we were top 5 and we dropped, but I blame fucking Jim Donnan and I blame Mark Richt for not knowing how to use Aaron Murray, Noshawn Marino, and AJ Green to beat Alabama.
Sure.
Whatever happened to Noshawn Marino?
He went to the NFL and he disappeared. He was a great
That's
college
what I'm
player.
saying. Like, whatever happened to him? Because
He was a
he
great
was
college
a
player.
great college player.
But he wasn't even a scat back in the NFL. He was a return man that tried to play running back. And that's not how that works. So no.
One thing I will say about Georgia though is that I think because the East to me is kind of weak at times.
It's been weak. It's been weak the last 10 years, 15 years. No, yeah.
It's
When did
been a
Florida? Because
Florida
it was
had
Georgia,
their,
it was
they had,
Florida.
Florida has their
After
up and
Tebow.
down moment.
After Tebow,
But you had
went
Tennessee.
down.
Tennessee
Right.
was also solid during those with
Yeah,
Tebow.
but then Peyton left.
Yeah, when
Right.
when
But then
T.
you
Martin
had
left, that was
Georgia
the end of
and-
Tennessee.
Right.
Hell, that was the
But
end
it
of
was all-
Tennessee,
it was
period.
always-
Now, like I
it
said,
was
I
always
know
Georgia and Florida.
nobody else seemed to remember this, but I do seem to remember Kentucky giving people the blues in the beginning of the
They-
2000s. I mean, I don't know how
they
good they
didn't
were
win.
overall. I just know every time we
didn't-
see them bitches would give us everything they had. And
I
then-
put it like this: it's like Kentucky this year. They're a good football team.
yeah, they are good. I'm
They
actually
look,
surprised.
if you watch the Georgia Kentucky game, they were giving us fits in that first half. You know what happened? We made an adjustment. A Georgia team made an adjustment at halftime. You don't understand how aroused I got just by looking at the adjustments. I was sitting here like,
We needed to know.
wait a minute.
Hey.
Did we just figure out how to change and get better at halftime?
Look, they learned
Because
from
they
Texas.
was giving us the blues.
They learned from Texas. Look, hey, we need to fix some shit at halftime, boy.
Because Texas,
We cannot beat Texas. Texas,
Jonathan, don't laugh at me, goddammit.
look. Texas keep
Give
forgetting
me
it.
encouragement.
It's two halves to a game. Them guys are trash.
I know,
that's a
Aaron.
trash-ass team.
Aaron, let me ask you, Aaron, what was your thoughts watching that Oklahoma and Texas game? Were you just
I
packing
really
it in?
I really wasn't tripping. I was just like, yeah. And then when they took Rattler out, I was
Who's
like,
not going to
all right,
be drafted now?
Yeah,
It's over for him.
He
Yeah.
might well hit
But
the, he
when
might well
they-
hit the
when they-
transfer portal.
When they took him out and Williams threw that first touchdown, I was just like, all right, we good. Because I know how Texas do. You know, they
Nah.
they
I'm
let
sorry.
off
I
they
have
let
to
off the
interject
gas.
quick.
What,
Look,
Nelson?
man.
No, I just because I looked it up because I wanted to see. Noshawn Marino is a realtor right now. I felt
Okay.
So he did the reverse thing. He went to the realtor after the NFL instead of like what we do is get the realtors to be our quarterback.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
says he is a real in Denver, Colorado, because he's still in Denver. He is a
Why didn't he bring his
realtor.
ass back to Georgia?
Maybe he's sick of y'all. I don't know.
You know, he looked like
Hey,
an
hey,
illegitimate
look,
child of Sam
look,
Cassell. Did y'all ever
we-
just look at them two next to each other? They kind of look like
Look,
Fucking
weed is
long
legal in
options
Colorado.
here.
That's why he ain't come back to Georgia. Weed is still legal in Colorado.
That's
Ain't no reason to
true.
go.
That's true.
Ain't no reason
But
to
why
wait
would
to
you
go.
want to live in Colorado? One is too fucking high in the air, and
I've never been
What
there,
black
but
folk?
I've heard that I'm not really supposed to go either. Because I
that's
have
what I'm
the
saying.
I have the sickle cell trait.
You cannot go to
You
Colorado.
cannot go to Colorado.
You cannot go. Your ass
Please
will
do
pass
not go
out the
to
minute you
Colorado.
land. Don't do
Like,
it.
shit. My
The
black ass was
altitude is
trying.
too high.
I've never
I was
been.
trying to
That's
push.
what I'm saying.
Then
I
don't
just
ever
know-
go.
I remember
Don't go.
seeing. I can't remember who was it. Ryan Clark. Somebody that played for the
Yes.
Steelers.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
couldn't go
he
either. He
couldn't
couldn't
play.
go either.
Because he only had the trait. Because my dad was surprised because he said he knew with full blown he shouldn't go, but they said they didn't even want him there with the trait. And I was like, well, that takes that off.
That's smart.
I always wanted to
I
go to
remember when
my
that happened. I was like, so no,
Look,
don't go to
look,
Colorado.
Hell no, I went there trying to run
Thank you,
ball.
Jonathan.
One
See,
summer.
Jonathan makes the point. It's too cold for black folk. That's why we don't live
I
out
mean,
there.
I was in that 100-car pileup in Colorado on 70 one time.
What? But why?
I've been
See?
to Korea, so I mean it can't be that much damn colder.
Because when
I've been to
I'm not
I've been to upstate New York, not Fort Hood. What's that shit up north?
because ain't nothing cold
Up near
about Fort Hood.
fucking Maine. That shit is ridiculous. I hated life when I was up in upstate New York. I hated all
I mean,
kind
I
of
don't
life.
do super cold either, though. My mother lived in Marquette, Michigan,
Oh hell no.
and she used to get so mad at me because I wouldn't come. I would always go home and see. I would go to Louisiana for Christmas instead of coming up there, and she would get so mad. Like, you're always with your dad. I don't have to buy a whole new wardrobe to go visit daddy.
No, you don't have to wear all your clothes to go visit nobody. No.
Man, look, I was in Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, man. Working.
Man, y'all making me cold just thinking about it. Stop.
Bruh,
Let's talk about
I
something else.
Man, I ain't
It's
never been
cold in
that goddamn cold
Georgia.
in my
It
life.
snowed there. Like,
You
First
don't
of
know
all,
what-
First
you
of
don't know
all,
what
it's
cold is.
cold for 2 hours in Georgia, and then it goes right back to summer.
Hey, look, Georgia just like
then
I
it
this.
know.
starts to
I was
rain.
in Jonesboro and it snowed, and then y'all got snow a couple of other times after that.
Yeah, but it don't do
Jonesboro.
shit. It don't fucking stick. It literally looks
When
just
I was
like
out there, I mean,
fucking. It's like
In Texas,
dandruff falling.
In Texas,
Yeah.
it sticks once every 10 years.
Exactly.
I was in Texas when the Super Bowl was out there when it was Green Bay and Pittsburgh. I was out there and I was shocked
I was
that
at
I
that
saw
game.
snow.
I was at the game.
I was out. God, I think it was the main street, but I had went across the street to this pizza parlor, and that's when I got drunk, and I just stayed
Yeah,
there.
I was at the game, man. That was the most expensive two burgers I had ever bought in my life.
I made friends. They bought me stuff
Okay,
because you know
And I said, never
I'm-
again.
I'm very friendly.
Look, look, I forgot the hell we talking about. Look, I see Jonathan talking
That's
about.
what we do. That's why we just need to come on and talk.
Hey,
But we can
well,
still
the
agree Notre
reason-
Dame is fucking
To answer your
overrated.
question, Tony, the reason I was in that pileup is because I used to work for a trucking company, and one of my jobs was to go pick up abandoned trucks. Well, this truck that I just so happened to go pick up, the driver abandoned it and left a load on there. So I had to go into Denver to deliver the load, and
Oh hell no!
that's how that happened. It was a scary thing. It was
the fact that y'all had something at your company where y'all picked up abandoned trucks bothers me. That means there's a lot of goddamn abandoned trucks out there. That's a thing.
Well, when I put the name of the company in the private chat, you'll understand because I know you drive too.
Oh, okay. I know that company.
Oh yeah, yeah, buddy. You hear some things about that.
So
Yeah. You ain't got to say nothing else.
Can we talk about John Gruden and how he need to go to Clemson and just be Dabo's assistant coach?
I don't.
That's the only thing he's gonna be able to do anyway.
Yep.
You know, and I mean, as
Harold says he knows.
Harold
punk ass said he knows what the email said. I didn't read any of it. I couldn't.
How Harold gonna know what the email say when he don't even know what overrated means?
They haven't released the because I've been waiting on it. But
My
somebody
Harold was in the group message capping then. Oh, okay.
When doesn't he?
Hold on.
I mean, they have really. Huh?
I said, go ahead. I want to hear what you had to say. Go ahead.
It still bothers me that something that was centered around Washington and their bullshit basically got Gruden tossed under the bus. It was like, I really don't give a shit what Gruden said 10 years ago. What about the shit that was going on with Washington? They said they forced the cheerleaders to pose topless and then forced them to be escorts. And ain't nobody talking about that. We still talking about 10-year-old emails.
That's
from
because they
jackass.
gave you John Gruden. They gave you Chucky.
And
that was in the email.
An old cheerleader said she believes that Snyder released those emails because he's trying to blame everything that went on in Washington on Allen.
The Grudens.
No, on Allen. And since Allen, so basically he leaked a bunch of Allen's emails, and that's how Gruden got, because Gruden was using his personal email. At least he was doing that. He was just stupid to send it to an NFL. But my thing is while y'all are concentrating on everything Gruden said, what the hell was Allen saying? Because he was in the emails too.
Because didn't it say like 180,000 emails?
650,000.
That's what I'm saying. So 800 of them was just Gruden. So
it's not. I mean, it's from the whole organization. 650,000 from the organization, from whoever's being investigated at this point. But I'm just saying, why are we talking about what Gruden said to Allen? What was Allen saying?
Hold on, y'all. But here's another thing. To your point, Vanessa, about what was being said, the fact that like Jonathan said up there, he Gruden was the fall guy. There wasn't nothing gonna happen to Gruden until that shit came out about him talking about the gay folks.
They had them emails.
Mark Davis wasn't gonna fire Gruden. Gruden might have got suspended for calling.
He wasn't even gonna tell nobody. He had the emails that prior.
He had that shit on lockdown.
No, what I'm saying is when the shit came
I think somebody in the Raiders organization leaked them.
No.
I think so. I think somebody else saw the emails, not David.
I'm still waiting on the receive for his lawsuit. That's all I'm waiting for.
When the New York Times got hold of that shit, then the NFL knew it was a problem. Now, once that shit came out about DeMar Smith,
the NFL already knew them.
No. It's exposed is what I'm saying. They knew the shit got exposed.
It became a problem when it exposed.
Right, but what I'm saying is the reason I think it came out of Vegas was because they let the first little one trickle out about him calling DeMaurice Smith the lip thing, the Michelin tires or whatever the fuck he said.
Yeah.
And then after when nothing happened, the next thing is now the New York Times has got a bunch of other emails showing a bunch of other stuff Gruden said. That's why I was like, I thought that the leak came out of Vegas or somebody that's in front of Davis read them emails, and when he or she didn't like the response, they leaked some more to get the response they want.
No.
So hold on. Let's go back to Dan, because hold up. So wait a minute. This man was forcing the cheerleaders to be escorts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Basically. That same trip they went to. Where did they say they went for their? It was. Oh, shit.
So I feel like
Dominican. I think it was somewhere they went.
I feel like there's a federal investigation that's finna come behind.
Hold on,
it's
Aaron.
not already happened.
You would.
Hold on, Aaron.
First of all, you would think unless they watching each other's back like normal.
Hold on. Let me say this though. See, Aaron, if you say that, Aaron, about they might need to investigate something because these women was using an escort. If you open your mouth and say that, then you got to start looking at these top 25 schools. What you think they use for recruiting tools to get them kids to come now?
Oh, I know. They have all kinds of
that's.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
They did an episode. They never said the school. They never.
It was Texas too.
They never said what school it was based on, but they did an episode of SUV that was kind of based on that, where the girls, I forgot the name of the club, that they're supposed to help the players, and they do all this other stuff. Yeah, and a girl gets raped.
Hey, I got somebody I know
murdered
whose son was getting recruited at a particular school that's in the SEC at this point.
LSU?
No. Surprisingly,
Georgia.
they LSU. I ain't gonna call no names.
I call them Georgia.
Out. But it ain't Georgia. But at the end of the day, you already know.
We already know about.
He was giving them money and ass.
But these top
You'll never convince me otherwise. You need better internet.
Nessa, you frozen.
You
What you
froze,
talking
Vanessa.
about? You the only one frozen,
Yeah,
Nessa.
we rolling.
Look
I
like
don't
you
know.
look like this.
Like you trying to look, only trying to kiss somebody or trying to act like one of the Washington cheerleaders. I don't know.
She fake smoking.
Oh,
Remember how we used to get them them little fake cigarettes? She go,
the
Look, gum
bubble
cigarette.
gum.
Yeah. But
Oh, you know,
now she, yep, there she go.
why she froze though? Let me say this. Go back to
She
the
must be up
Oakland right
north
quick,
somewhere.
Vegas. Look, that shit. Look, like I said, Mark Davis wasn't gonna do shit. But once
Nope.
the NFL was like, look, there's some pressure on our ass from the New York Times. This shit finna hit the fan. And this dude who got the shit out about the gay folk, it's finna be a problem. Somebody got to go. It ain't gonna be Roger Goodell. So Chucky had to get the damn
It
chopping
need to
block.
be Roger Goodell.
I'm still thinking they wanted Chucky out of there anyway because he is not a good coach.
No.
I've been
Nah,
saying
yeah.
that.
But you guaranteed him his money though, which is crazy.
That's not my fault. That's
Oh,
y'all.
my fault at all.
No,
That's
you're
the
right.
Raiders'
Y'all-
fault.
Hey, same
But it-
y'all the same. Your same thought process giving Kirk Cousins all that goddamn money. Okay.
That's a whole other story. But yeah,
Well, Kirk Cousins got a Super Bowl.
his agent, whoever his agent is a genius.
Kirk Cousins got a Super Bowl. So you can't really,
Why can't we?
What?
Trent
That's
Dilfer.
Super Bowl
really
well.
say.
Rob Johnson.
Where does he
I
got a
wouldn't
Super-
really say.
Trent Dilfer and Rob Johnson. They got Super Bowls too. What the fuck
What the hell,
that mean?
Kirk? Wait, where Kirk
When
Cousins
did
got
Kirk
Super Bowl
Cousins
at?
get a Super Bowl?
He talking about on
What's-
Madden.
Oh, shit.
Shit,
I'm
if that's
like,
the case,
look.
I'm a 92-time world champion. What the
I
fuck?
need
You know what I'm
to.
saying?
I'm undefeated. I'm undefeated in this bit. But yeah, like I say, the problem with this NFL thing.
Oh, that's gone. We can talk about her.
Okay, yeah. So all right, Vanessa. Anyway, look, I'm like Aaron said though, man. Somebody had look. This shit happened on Goodell's watch. Goodell the one need to go. He need to go. It's on you, brother.
You know what
And-
happens in the military when something happened on the commander's watch? He go too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He damn sure do.
But-
If you especially if you're out on the float and something pop off on that ship, that commander's relieved of duty.
As it should
So,
be. It's on you.
so you brought up Kirk Cousins, right?
No, you brought up Kirk Cousins, Harold.
Harold brought up, well, because I mean, you talked about his money, but I just want to say he
Say
has
what?
a 98.4% passer rating.
So,
What on Madden?
No, in real life.
but what's the cutoff? 150?
I mean, if you throw it until you're damn in the flat, you
And he
make it.
has
And Michael Thomas
over
led the
100
NFL in
he
reception.
has over
But-
100 more TDs than he does in interceptions.
But
What's your
Michael
point?
Thomas
I don't
led the
think he's
league
that
in
bad.
receptions. Do we call him great because we know he run numbers slants?
I mean, Dan Marino was threw for 400 yards a lot of time.
Every
He ain't got no
game.
goddamn ring. Every game because he had a
had
running back.
He had no run. He didn't even have a running back on the roster. He just had
the
somebody with the RB next to their name. Them
Yeah,
weren't
that's
running
it.
backs.
But I mean,
They
Kirk
knew that
Cousins-
fucker
He lined up
bad.
every game. Oh, you playing running back? Okay.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
we got you off the practice squad. All right.
yeah. I mean, Kirk Cousins, his
I don't
best
feel
years
like
was
he
at Michigan State.
I don't feel like Kirk Cousins sucks, man.
Kirk Cousins, he's
I didn't say he
mediocre.
sucked. I didn't say he sucked. I just said we can't call him great. Can't call him
Nah, we
elite.
can't
He's
do
he's average.
Man, look
I'll
at
call
him.
him average.
Kirk Cousins is a
Third
shade
tier.
better than Joe. What the hell was Joe name? Used to play for the Baltimore Ravens. Won the Super Bowl. The damn quarterback name was.
Oh,
Hey,
you talking about
for
in
the Ravens?
2010?
Yeah, what the hell the boy name? Joe something.
Flacco.
You know,
Flacco.
yeah.
Kirk Cousins just got more hair than Flacco. He the same guy. He got better hair products, but he ain't no elite quarterback. Look, hell, Eli Manning wasn't no elite quarterback. They tried to say it. He wasn't no elite
Wait a
quarterback.
minute. I don't know about that because Eli came through when he had to. He
Hey,
might have looked
Eli
like he didn't
came
give a
through
fuck.
in the clutch.
In playoffs,
He came
Super
through in the
Bowl,
clutch,
yeah.
dude. That's
He
when
came
that's
through
when it
in the
counts.
clutch, and
I'm
that's
just
when
saying
it counts.
that
That's
don't
when
make
it
you
counts.
elite. That don't make you elite though.
Yeah, I
Make
don't
you
know.
clutch.
He got
Make
just
you
many
clutch.
Super Bowls as his brother.
And make you clutch.
You clutch.
And he
So
beat-
would you
and he
rather be lead or would you rather be clutch?
Would you rather be Eli Manning or would you rather be Joe Flacco?
Oh shit! Look, I'm gonna be Eli.
One thing you can't say about Eli, when the game was on the line,
Yeah,
he didn't do it Tony Romo.
Hell no. Hell
He
no.
didn't do it
And
Tony
nice
Romo.
shot right there.
Nine times out of 10, he walked his team down the field, got him in scoring position.
Look, I would
And
never
now,
bet against.
we're not gonna count his last 4 years in the league because
No.
I mean, we can just say those were due to
teams.
undiagnosed concussions.
I mean, just look at it like this.
Coach had undiagnosed concussion. Tom
Just like
Coughlin.
Jonathan said, he beat Brady twice, but outplayed Brady twice. Let's just put that out there. He outplayed Brady.
Yeah.
2 times.
I mean,
You
hey.
can't name any more quarterbacks in the league that outplayed Brady twice.
No. I mean, I'm just saying. We talking about QB.
I don't like the Giants, but you're not finna have no Eli hate up in here because he's gonna be in the Hall of Fame.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't call him elite. He clutch as hell.
No,
I would never call him elite.
Well, what does he need to be elite?
I'm just saying.
More Pro Bowls.
I mean, you know,
he got 2 MVPs, two Super Bowls. What you want? What you want from him?
He asked more than that. He going to the Hall of Fame.
And he won his titles after his best running back retired. The fuck you want from him?
I mean, look, I don't.
His wide receivers was worried about doing salsas and putting stickum on his helmet, and he still won. What do you want from this guy?
I mean, I'm just saying, man.
Just because he reminded you of Rex Grossman, he still
with Down syndrome.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
No offensive Down syndrome people watching.
That wasn't me this time.
No.
That wasn't me this time. Y'all remember when Phillip Rivers first came into the league and they played against Eli and he started going off on Eli on the sideline and then Eli was just and then got on the field, walking down the field and won the game? Y'all remember that? Unfazed.
Well, here's a question though. All right.
I got you.
It's just like what people said about Peyton. Peyton is a great regular season QB. Didn't have it in the playoffs.
I can't say that.
Super Bowls.
I can't say that. You know why I can't say that?
That's what the people have said.
You know why I can't say he wasn't a great postseason quarterback? Mm-hmm. He had to run through Tom Brady every fucking year.
Yeah,
everybody had to run through Tom Brady. Did the same thing. They lost. So why are we focusing on Peyton?
I'm just introducing.
Roethlisberger lost.
I'm just introducing
what they said.
What the people said.
Every AFC quarterback that had to run through Tom Brady when he was in New England, damn near lost.
So since basketball season started yesterday, I just got a quick question.
Oh, that's right.
So,
hold on.
Let's go.
So is it fair to say that about those Knicks teams in the 90s and those Pacers teams in the 90s and those Hawks teams in the 90s?
What are we saying
that they
about
just ran up against Jordan?
Against Jordan? How many? Karl Malone would have had 2 titles, right? Ewing should have had a title if he didn't miss that fucking finger roll against Houston.
Boy, that's true.
That is true.
And they still had to go through shit. Indiana might have had a title.
Right.
It started to brawl.
Actually, I feel like in '97, I think it was '97. I feel like Indiana was the better team in '97. Was better than the Bulls.
I'm glad you said something about my Hawks because people think we just had Dominique. Now we had pretty much about 2 years past his prime Moses, who was still a dominant defender. Mm-hmm. We had a Spud Webb, Mookie Blaylock. Y'all forgot about him.
No, I remember.
Forgot about Mookie.
We had a squad. The only problem is we had to run through Larry Bird and Michael Jordan.
Yep. We had that white
every year, and we had to run through the Pistons because the Bad Boys was still a thing back then.
You was beat up by the time you got.
But then you still had the 76ers that was good. Mm-hmm. You still had the Bucks that were good.
Right.
See, people, I try to explain to people that the NBA now cannot compare to the NBA thing. And I'm not just talking about because they soft as fuck, because they are.
No. The Eastern Conference was well balanced back in the day.
It's not even that. Both conferences, you had 8 spots in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You had 12 teams in each conference that could make the playoffs every year. This year, we got 8 spots. You got 2 guaranteed in the East, 4 in the West that are guaranteed to make the playoffs. And then all the other ones are filler teams. Right,
and that's my point, though. I agree with you, first of all, Tony. But that's my point.
Everybody want to play with each other. Whatever.
Literally,
that's another argument for another time, though.
It ain't an argument; it's a fact.
Well, but here's the question. All right, let me touch back on what you said about the Pacers first. The Pacers' best team that had a chance to win a ring was the one of the Malice in the Palace squad. They was gonna win that.
Hell yeah.
They was gonna win
Yep.
that year.
Before Ron Artest, Reggie Miller. Yep.
That was the squad.
That was before.
That
That
was
was
the
the
only
squad.
Pacers
They was
team. That
beating
was the only Pacers
everybody.
team I can say that should have
Well,
won
I
the
don't know
championship.
because that
Nah,
97
he right.
Pacers team was good
Nah,
too.
bro.
Who?
That
Which
squad.
one?
That's
That 97
Mal-
Pacers team that took the Bulls
No,
to
sir.
7 games.
No.
that Malice in the Palace squad had Jermaine O'Neal too. If they would have kept their head on straight, they even did y'all see the Netflix series on them?
Yeah, which
They even
proves my
said-
point.
They even said that's the year we was gonna win the title. Because it was
Yeah,
Reggie Miller's last year, and it
Yep.
was like we felt bad because we would have got him a title that year.
And
They
who
were the
won that
best
year?
team in the league.
And who won that year? Detroit.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
they
you
were
can
headed
tell
Didn't
shoulders
they have
better than
Didn't they have
Detroit.
Jalen Rose too? Didn't they have Jalen Rose on that team?
I think he was there. I think he was. He had. I think so. Either that, he was in Toronto. I can't remember.
I don't remember that, but I know they had their big three.
That was squad
And
that year, boy.
They big three was serious. You had your enforcer, you had your shooter, and you had your rebounder, and that was it.
Yeah. I can't front on that one, but I forgot what the other damn point was. What the hell Aaron said a minute ago? Something about somebody. Shit.
Was it about Harold?
Nah, we don't talk about him. I almost said something. I almost said something else.
He not pop locking, is he?
Nah. All right. Thank you, Jonathan. You was in Toronto. All right.
Look, man, I go back and watch that little. I watched that little section right there. And I'm like,
Never
damn,
buy
how am I not
Lenovo.
just been arrested?
But going back to we talking about. But going back to Tony's point about when the conferences was different.
Okay.
Like I said, back in the day, man. I mean, because now you can get to the damn Eastern Conference championship into the damn finals with a sub 500 record. That shit didn't fly in the 80s and 90s.
Nah,
You know,
they didn't.
you look,
And you had
20,
to earn every win because they was going 6-5 was being used.
Yeah, you was getting your ass skin up. Especially Jordan. I remember Jordan getting his ass whooped every season trying to go up
Every
against
game.
That's why they came up with the Jordan rule. That's the main reason because he was getting his ass.
Look, Lamb Bill was on a mission to kill him every time he came in the
Lamb Beer didn't fucking care. Lamb Beer tried to kill, and then Mahorn and then Oakley.
Yeah.
Look, Jordan had to go to the weight room.
Hey, and I keep
He
telling
did
people,
go to the weight room after
did,
that
for real.
87 season. He was
I was telling people, if you look at that squad that had Oakley, Mahorn, Lambeer, Dumars, and Thomas, all of them fuckers will foul you and foul you hard. All of them. Oh, and don't forget about the microwave. Vinner Johnson came off the bench. They all was fouling you. They all had 5 fouls.
Look, they had cats on the bench just to come out and foul your ass. Like, we're gonna use everybody to foul on this team.
Was John Sally on that squad? Sally was on that squad too, right?
Yeah, he was on that squad.
Sally was on that squad.
And he used to call himself Mr. 6 Fouls.
Yeah.
So, like, that's the only reason I'm in the game. Slap you across the back of your head, go to the line.
Yeah, choke his ass. Lamb Bill, Lamb Bill like, I ain't did nothing. He got you the whole headline.
John Sally got his own.
Sally slap
Y'all
your
remember
ass
when Lambeer used to throw people into underneath the basket and then just throw his hands up and walk away like he do shit?
Yep.
You just throat punch this man.
Look, man, and then I felt because I think at the time that got to me now, I feel like it was the Lakers and the Pistons playing one year, and he put a clothesline on goddamn me, Kurt Rambis.
Oh,
yes.
Bad break.
Yeah.
Bad break.
Like,
he damn took Rambis' head off.
Man, Rambis' feet went up into the air. I'm like, yep, his neck is broken.
I was like, he dead. I was like, he dead. Me and my mama watched the game. Like, he dead, mama. He ain't coming back.
Like, I just saw a dead body. I just saw
real. And the decapitated poor Rambis just used to get their ass skin up anyway.
Now, I will say that I agree that some of that did need to be taken out of basketball because that's not professional basketball. That is street ball, and a lot of us grew up playing street ball, so we used to it.
Well, that's why we don't like this old new shit now. That's why we don't like this old soft NBA now.
I don't. Some things like you need to bring back the hand check. You giving the offensive player too much of an advantage. If I can't put you and feel which way you going, my reaction time got to be on point every single play. That's not how it works. Shit, Jordan used to hand check. Kobe used to hand check all the time. That's Scottie Pippen. That's why they was defensive players.
Scottie Pippen was the king of hand check.
Yeah, he was.
And that's why how many defensive players a year did he win? A lot. Because he would keep your ass out there and he made you use your athletic skill to get around it.
Yep, you better. But I remember my point now, Tony. I was gonna ask back to your other point that you said about everybody want to play with each other now, whatever.
That's true.
What you said earlier. But then here's the question though, man. And I'm gonna use LeBron only for this point.
Why? We went a whole episode without talking about him.
This is a preference. I'm just giving you a preface. I'm giving you a preface.
Ninjas.
I mean, I don't clap for LeBron, but this is my point.
I thought you had to leave.
When LeBron,
I do. I just told my people 10 minutes.
Oh, when LeBron ass left Cleveland and went to Miami, I wasn't mad at LeBron. I mean, Cleveland did not do anything to get that man no help. Was he supposed to stay there? Like, was he?
I told you we don't talk about LeBron. We don't talk about LeBron.
I was good with it until he did that stupid show.
That's true, Jonathan. Offensive freedom. But you know what? I'm gonna just talk to Jonathan since you're muting everybody. I'm gonna just talk to Jonathan because ain't nobody gonna do that.
Why?
I don't even understand why I got muted. Like, I really didn't give a damn that he was leaving Cleveland to go to Miami. It was just that stupid show he did, and it was like, oh my god.
That's when I started hating LeBron when he did that fucking.
I wasn't mad that he left Cleveland, but when he went to Miami and then it was like, oh well, I'm going with Bosh, and then here comes Wade. It's like, all right, because after that, I was
and Ray Lewis. Let's not forget about Ray Lewis.
It's finna be a trend.
Not Ray Lewis. Who the fuck am I thinking about?
What the fuck Ray Lewis got to do with anything?
Because we're in Atlanta. He been killing folks.
Ray Allen.
You know what I'm talking about.
Ray Allen, yeah. Yeah,
I'm like,
so it's like
look,
Wade is coming.
My sports
so
mixed together
Wade is there, Bosh is coming, LeBron is coming, and now here comes Ray Allen, and we see what the NBA has turned into since.
But you know what though? Let me say this though, Aaron, to your point, and I feel where you're coming from. But for me, I wasn't mad at these. I wasn't mad at
Antoine Jameson was on the decline.
You on the decline in the league. But I wasn't mad about
Rashard Lewis was there. I forgot about that.
Some young boys. Who was the coach? I mean, Cleveland had problems. Cleveland had some problems.
Was the coach,
wasn't it Mike Brown?
I mean, think about what you just said.
Can we not talk about Mike Brown because he did come to Atlanta for a short time, and I hate that.
Mike deserved better. Mike deserved better than he got.
He was. What did the Lakers give him 5 games before they fired him?
I'm still mad that Steve Kerr came back in that championship and coached the damn championship when Mike Brown got them boys all the way down. Your ass was at home with your back in a knot. You could not let Mike Brown black ass win that championship. He wasn't gonna do it.
First of all, Amari Stoudemire was overrated like a motherfucker. Now that's somebody I can say was overrated.
Amari, the same person who punched the goddamn fire extinguisher glass and cut himself up. We're not talking about this. Dumbass. He over there in the motherland or somewhere, wearing a sheep, kissing other women and shit. Like this nigga here.
Is he over there with Ricky Williams running around?
He was doing something.
Ricky Williams was in Australia.
Yeah,
man.
He was
Ricky
over there.
Williams was living the high life. Seriously, that shit was great.
Yeah. Amari was over there, and I think he was over there with a
You know what's crazy about that whole Ricky Williams situation? When he did come back to the NFL,
and your beard
when he did come back to the NFL, he was a beast when he came back.
He was high as fuck. He wasn't feeling no pain.
Hey, I'm still mad that his ass retired. He was he retired the year the Baltimore went to the Super Bowl. He was in there taking pictures and shit at the game. He was the photographer at the game when they won the Super Bowl.
The question is, did he even remember that he retired? Because he was.
he said he did during the interview.
I bet that motherfucker shit edibles. He was so fucking high. I bet he do.
He got top dollar.
Lars Stoudemire was in Jerusalem. Is that what y'all are talking about?
That's what I was talking about.
So he walking the trail that Jesus walked.
Well,
he took his whole family over there.
How you walking an imaginary trail?
For like 3. Shut up. For 3 years.
I'm not.
And then he went to the Fijian Virgin. He was in Fiji, and then in last year he was in Tel Aviv.
At some point, he was
offender. Just so y'all know.
At some point, he was cheating on his wife, and she left his ass. But he took the whole family over there to Jerusalem and shit.
That's not very Christian-like. Oh wait,
why are you muting people?
I didn't mute. Why I gotta be? I didn't say anything this time.
I don't say he got no love for Jesus. I'll write that down.
I only think about real people.
Anyway,
I said what I said. Equal opportunity offender. I tell you.
Tony doing his best Sage Steele impression over there.
Yeah.
You motherfucker. I'm gonna mute you just because somehow.
Look at, hold on. Let me talk shit about Sage Steele while we at it though.
Oh, here you go. Come on, man. I got like 5 minutes. Hurry up.
All right, okay, man. Look, I hate Sage Steele. Let's just get that out there. I never did like her bony neck ass. Look, I'm like, why is she even back on ESPN?
When she first got on the air, she had a little bit more meat on her bones. I think
This shit must have been on her elbow.
Hey, man, don't it like she need to pull up to an all-you-can-eat buffet at Sonny's Barbecue and just go to town?
Mm-hmm.
She look like she been throwing up.
Yeah, look, and drinking goddamn.
These are just jokes.
She look like a dark-skinned version of, Mary-Kate and Ashley. That's what she look like.
She do. I hate her guts.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Sage
Steele.
Oh, she always looks like that to me.
She's from an alternate universe. Like she came from What If.
Every time I see her, I be like,
Ashley was a black woman.
Like she need to cover some games in New Orleans and go eat where Zion been eating because I don't understand.
Why is that motherfucker 700 pounds?
Look, they say he.
Did you see that NBA
300
commercial?
Bro, that motherfucker.
I saw a report today that said talking about he's tipped the scales at 300 during the offseason. I was like,
man, the Falcons need a left tackle, man. Come on.
Hey, if y'all can get him some shoes, y'all get some shoes that hurt with his old hurt ass foot, he can get out there and play. Cause that damn
man, fuck shoes. I put his ass feet as a watermelon and have him out there sliding around on the goddamn field. Fuck, get your big ass out there.
Look,
he heavy as hell.
What I saw today, they were like, he is north of 300 pounds.
Yeah,
I saw that too.
And he's past his last year's playing weight of 284.
What you been eating? Shit, other
people. New Orleans, what hasn't he been eating?
I mean, we done all been to New Orleans, so we know exactly what he's been eating.
What hasn't he been eating is the question.
First of all, there is no way you can go to New Orleans and not gain at least 15 pounds.
Hey,
exactly.
It's not possible.
And that's in a damn weekend.
Yeah, right. Look, his ass.
When I went to Mardi Gras, I came back like 25 pounds heavier. I was like, how the fuck did I manage to? I didn't know they got their food. Because it's like, no, and they just
then you drinking and you gotta add the eating. It's just too much.
You gotta eat so you can drink more, and then you shit, and then you start it all over again. Eat, drink, shit.
That's some bitch drinking hurricanes and putting gravy on his frosted flake. That's how he's going every morning. Look, man, what you doing? That's real dope. That's look.
This is hilarious.
They showed a picture of that dude from his rookie. They had a side-by-side picture of his rookie year and then this year.
It's like that motherfucker got married.
Everybody knew it was coming, though. Everybody, when they drafted him, I think Adrian was one of the first people. Adrian or John or both of them.
It was me. Go on, give me my credit.
No, I couldn't remember because both you and John both said the same thing, that his big ass didn't need to be in New Orleans eating.
Hell no.
Shit, that motherfucker need to be in Denver then. What the fuck? Because that way he could be light on his feet again. Because that right there, it ain't gonna happen.
Look, if that son bitch eat another pan of biscuits, he gonna be Oliver Miller. I'm telling you right now.
He gonna be Big Baby. That's what he gonna turn into.
I wish I could share my screen and show y'all this damn picture.
All right, but I gotta go. Y'all do your thing. This was entertaining.
That is it.
Hal, you're a buster. Clemson.
Yeah, you ran.
Y'all ain't even
ran, Harold. You ran from us.
Look,
let me just say, since 1991, the Bulldogs are 20-8 in the bowl games. Home blah.
Hey, thank everybody for tuning in. We'll be back to our regular scheduled program or some shit.
And more Harold abuse.
More Harold.
We're gonna abuse the shit out of him like fucking
the next time. No, the next time he's on here, the next time he's on here, he gonna get it. No ifs, ands, buts about it.
All the smoke.
He's not getting away from this.
That's what's up. All right, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in. All right,
you gonna end it before we